Hello, this is MD Haq. I bring today Kafka, some small example, which will be like sending the real-time messages from like uh, consumer will catch the message and producer will produce the message. So that kind of example I'm going to show you. So for that, I am going to use the Docker, Python, and the uh, Docker compose actually, not the Docker. It's a Docker only, but it's a part of so when we like write the multiple services, together. Because for Kafka, we need Zookeeper and Kafka both. So instead of creating the Docker file, we will be writing the Docker compose. So let's start with that. So let's start inside the Kafka folder. I will be writing the Docker compose .yaml. Okay, so now let's start writing the code. So now we will be starting with the version. Now the version, let us give it 3, and then we'll be writing the services, and below that we'll be writing the zookeeper. So I'm not going to take this one because I'll be taking the confluentic zookeeper and Kafka. So just I'll type C here and it should come. So now there is a port 2181 and 2181. So environment, I'm going to set the environment for this. So I'm going to delete all this. It's automatically coming for my VS Code because that syntax has been installed over there. So instead of that too, I am going to use the Zookeeper client port and Zookeeper tick time. Okay, done. So now we are done with the Zookeeper. So now let us start with the Kafka. So here will be calling the image, same image. We're going to use confluentic CP test, and the port also we are going to use the same one. So 9092 and 9092. That's the inside port and outside port, inside container and our local system. You know, got it? Okay. So now let us start with the environment. So environment will be starting with the Kafka broker ID first. Then we'll be starting with the Kafka connect. It should be connected to the Zookeeper. Then the Kafka security, actually we don't need. So I'm not going to use this one right now because we are doing a basic thing. So that's why we are not going to use the security thing over here. It just will be use the listeners. So Kafka advertised listeners we're going to use, and also we are not going to mention any inside outside port over here. It should be automatically what is that called, mapping the port or inside the container and the outside our local system. So just let me write here a plain text. That's it. No need to write anything. And the port number also will be using 9092, the same one. And also now we are going to call the Kafka offset. Okay, factor 1. Okay, so our, I think something I'm missing it out because this Kafka is totally depends on the zookeeper. So we have to have here the depends on, you know. Okay, so I'm going to use depends on zookeeper. Okay, so let us check the code once. So whether it's correct or it's wrong. So version, I have used services given Zookeeper. Image, I am calling 2181 ports has been opened. Now in environment also 2181 client port, and the Kafka here also depends on the Zookeeper. So 9092. Yeah, all things are look good. So now let us run this, you know. So before that, let us check the Docker. So Docker here, I have already the images, the Kafka CP, CP Kafka and CP Zookeeper. That is nothing but CP Confluentic, Zookeeper and Kafka. So there is no containers are running. So we are now going to use the containers to run it, right? So we'll be using some command docker compose up -d. Okay, sorry, I think I did not save it. I saved it, but my spelling is wrong over here. So it started, right? So let us see docker yes, whether our containers are running or not. Both the containers are running. So using the docker ps command, you can check it out. Also, if you go here in the container sections, you can check it out. Okay, so now let us do one thing. Let us exec into the containers, the Kafka container we are going to inside the Kafka container, right? So there is a command docker exec -it bash. Okay, before that we have to give here the docker, what is that, docker container name, right? So I haven't copied the docker container name, so let us copy the docker container name, docker ps. This is my Kafka one, and this is Zookeeper one, so I'm going to copy the Kafka. So let us paste this thing and just copy this, paste it here. Okay, so now I'm going to inside the Kafka container. So we are inside the Kafka container. Now what we'll do, we'll create a topic over here. Okay, so for that we have some command Kafka topics hyphen create. Okay, again hyphen topic. So now mention the topic name. Now need to bootstrap hyphen, sorry. So, okay. So now where it will be bootstrapping, it should be into the local host, as we have mentioned in the Docker compose, local host 9092. That port has been opened, right? So now let us give a partition over here. Partition, I'll be giving 1. And the replication factor also inside the Docker compose you have written, right? So replication factor that is also 1. Okay, so now hit the enter. So created topic Joel topic. So this was my topic name, right? So like this you can create the topic. Okay, so now if you want to display the topic, so I have written the topic. Now I want to see the topic, the what are the topics has been created or which topic has been created. So Kafka this commands topics hyphen list. Okay. Then hyphen bootstrap. Okay, server, what is also our name, localhost 9092, right? Port. So dual topic. Okay, so this topic has been created. So now we are going to move out from the container. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll write a Python code over here. So before that, let us move back. CD will be into the AI folder now. So now source, we have to enable the or activate the virtual environment for Python, right? So VNV. So env slash script slash activate. Okay. So now we have activated our Python environment. Now let us go to our same folder, Kafka, sorry, codes, Kafka. Okay, so now we are here. So now you have to install, I think already have installed that in my env already, that particular Kafka Python is already present. So let me just show you how what need to be installed. Python, which Python library needs to be installed to work with this Kafka thing. So Kafka Python. Okay, this should be there. Otherwise, you won't be able to connect with Kafka. So already satisfied because I have already installed it. So now let us start with running the Python code. Okay, so now I'll be running the Python over here. So for that, just give a name, like first I'll be starting with the producer code, producer code send, give a name like send message dot py. Don't worry, all the codes I'll be pushing to my Git repo, personal repo, and also I'll be providing it into my blog also. So now let me start with writing the code from Kafka. We're going to import Kafka producer, right? Okay. So now take it as a like producer equal to plus producer equal to Kafka producer bootstrap, which server you have used, localhost, right? So now write the Kafka producer inside the bracket, just bootstrap the localhost 9092. Okay, so now write a topic. Okay, so what is our topic name? Our topic name was virtual topic, right? Okay, so now let us, I'll be creating multiple messages over there, not a single message. If you want to create a single message, just I'll be writing the message and then that's it. So I'll be using the for loop for continuously sending the 10 messages or something like that. Okay. Okay. So now here the message equal to -f message, and that I will be like counter, right? Loop counter. So now encoding I have used over here, and then producer.send topic and the particular message, right? Okay. So yeah, okay. So now this is done, and this is the printing. Just it will print the message, and then we have to, another thing need to be called over here, that producer flush. Okay, so this is our producer code is ready. Now let us save it. Now we are going to write the consumer code. Okay, so read something like that, read message. This is the consumer code. This is the producer code. This is the producer code, which is producing the message, and this will be catching the message for you, the consumer code, which will be taking your message, reading your message, uh, real time. You can say it as a like live messages it will be seen. Okay, so now let me start with that, the code from Kafka. Import the Kafka consumer here. Not, we're not going to use the producer, so we are going to use the Kafka consumer. Okay, producer already done, right? So now let us write here consumer equals to Kafka consumer. Okay, Okay. So now you'll be like wondering how automatically the code are coming, right? Because I have installed the syntax and all, you know, there's a feature in VS Code. So you can go to the plugin section and you can install the syntax of this thing, then automatically it will be coming your, no need to write that much. Okay. So if you want to modify it, you can modify it. Okay. So now here consumer I have written, and my what is that? Topic name was usual topic, right? So now I'm going to bootstrap servers again. So localhost and this one, and auto offset earliest, and enable auto commit. That is true, I am given. And here, if you want, you can change the group name or something like that. Let it be my group. Okay. Now, if you want to print the message, so here just write print message then from the Kafka. Okay. So for message in consumer, so it will be reading the consumer, whatever the message will be consumed over here, all the messages will be read, and using the for loop, it's going to display for you, right? So we have used the encoder over here, so it has been encoded. So we have to have here decode the value, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay. It's like show you the output. So for that, what you have to do, you have to um, divide the terminal. So because you know that one will be producing the message and another will be consumer will be consume the message, right? So at the real time, so that's why I have divided or this thing, the terminal. So now let us start with the let me run consumer over here, python send sorry, read one is the consumer, right? So now this side, from my right side, here I'll be starting the Python producer. So that is nothing but send message. It's coming, right? So now again, let us run coming. So if I run again, it's coming, right? So like this at the real time, you can get the message whatever you want. So if I change the message over here and if I save and run, in the producer, I have changed the message. So let us run. So it's changed. Our message also changed, right? How many messages? 555 each going, right? Because I have given here 5. If I give here 10, so then also it will be okay. So it's coming how many? 10 messages at a time. So like this way, you can create a like kind of, what is that? Um, a real-time messaging system, using that Kafka. And later on, I'll be bringing some other thing, so video kind of thing, real-time database analysis, all those things, so wait for that videos. Thank you very much for watching my videos. See you. Bye bye. And this code you'll be getting in my GitHub and also in my blog. Okay. See you again. Bye bye.